Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take a moment and share truth with you and hope you will listen to it and hope you believe it. I hope it works well for you. I am a product of a people that have been treated at the lowest level of society. I've come through it. I've gone through some changes and I've learned a lot. I learned that this nation that we live in is no different than any other nation on earth. And the reason is because of the people. And all of the people are deceived and misled. While deep within, every individual desires the same things: to live in peace and be prosperous, to be free, to be joyous, the dreams come true, their needs, their wants, and their desires met. And to laugh and cry at their own chosen. But, ladies and gentlemen, things have changed. The things that have changed is injustice. There is no justice on the land. Justice is the answer to the problems of the world. Not politicians, not Republicans or Democrats, not black and white, not straight or gay. Justice is the answer to the problems. Now, I say these things to you because today I don't feel good. For many of you, I told I have had a heart attack. I had a heart attack a year ago, and it's been kicking my butt ever since. But the thing that kind of made that bad, I have another procedure that's necessary that I've been waiting to have addressed for a year, and it hasn't been able to occur because of the heart condition. And I must say that in time, it seems like I don't have much time. In fact, today has been one of my worst. And I'm glad to say that I stood here before you, not proclaiming anything that's new to me, for I've been on this field for over 40 years trying to share with you what I have been given. I've been in prison in the Philippines, prison in Japan, while in the military, because as a military man, under the authority of the Commander-in-Chief, Ronald Reagan, to many, Ronald Reagan was absolutely exactly what they needed, exactly what they wanted. To many others, Ronald Reagan was a demon, pain and suffering. He was not fit to be a leader of the people. He was just fit to be the leader of a bunch of people who did not respect justice. And so, that being the case while in the military, I refused to take orders as a protest. And I paid the price for refusing to pay those orders. I expected to pay them. I didn't try to run or hide. I stood on the mountaintop, as it were, and shouted out to all that would listen. And my result was serving time and finally leaving the military. I chose I tried to get a dishonorable as a plaque to put on the wall to state my position against the ugliness of this country. They wouldn't give me that when they gave me other than honorable, not as bad, which I still appreciate. And having lived in the society, my friends, and I've watched the politicians, I've listened to the politics, and all of the stuff that we have, whites against blacks, blacks against whites, and all of the other things you might name, it's because of a lack of justice. The border is an indication of a lack of justice, not just here, but where the people come from. And rather than people, human beings, having the opportunity to stand up and represent justice without fear, and not just at home, but wherever injustice is being spread, which would eliminate the problems that we have. But we don't do that. We deceive, we lie, we cheat, we steal. This is because of the fact that injustice exists. But I want you to know that One of the greatest acts of injustice and ugliness comes through people who have been given authority, who have been given an opportunity to say that they care about others. They don't. But not only don't they, you don't. And the reason that you don't is because you don't know it. Politicians and religious orders are some of the worst things that a human being could ever experience. Just listening to the Republicans in the United States of America today, it used to didn't be this bad as far as we know, but today they're talking about anybody that does not serve God. And then they say serve God, they were talking about Trump. They were saying that whomever God has installed, whoever God has given authority to, that the people are supposed to be submissive to. But we should know, just like God didn't say kill, he did not give authority to anybody else who would kill. And if a person claimed to be a killer and say he got the authority from God, it's a lie. And the people who believes it and goes along with it is because they have been blindsided too, and they do not know the truth. And so they will empower the lie. My mission, perhaps my last, because I really don't know about tomorrow, is that every last one of us are responsible for supporting justice. I don't care if the group says injustice, we're responsible for supporting justice. I don't care if they threaten to kill us or anyone for being true, then we're supposed to accept that for justice and for truth and never give any power to injustice. Now I say that I know many people will not lay down their swords. They will defend themselves, and that's your choice. But until justice prevails, there is no entitlement to peace. There is no entitlement to prosperity. There is no entitlement to freedom. There is no entitlement to happiness and joy. There is no entitlement for your dreams to come true as long as there is injustice. Injustice for one man indicates injustice for all mankind. I know you've heard this before, and I know you don't believe it. You'd rather listen to a man who says that if you do not follow whom they have determined is the man that God has put the authority in, they themselves believe that you should, if that power is ever put in their hands, that you should be killed. Everybody that disagree, that's almost like saying everybody that disagree with Donald Trump, if Donald Trump should get back in office, they should be killed. And I heard a preacher making that statement. A preacher making that statement. You say the world is confused. How else can it be otherwise? So what is happening as we make these pleas and all of these promotional indications that would relieve us? I wished I could tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but I can tell you only one thing that I can be sure of, and that is that we as individuals have the responsibility to walk according to the truth, regardless of whatever anyone else does. And as long as you walk according to the truth, loving for justice, then it is the responsibility of a power superior to you to fight any battles that you have. And if that power does not fight that battle, it's because that power is separating you from the hell that you're living in. Injustice, my friend, is the cause of every problem we get. You heard people say, some deserve while others doesn't. Well, the Maker who put everybody here provided for everyone. So who would stand up and tell you that there are some that are not entitled? A liar, a deceiver, one for injustice. But the people, you have the choice to make. And I want to say to you today, I'm not worried about my life. I mean, I wanted to live a long time. But I wanted to live with you when you were happy, when you weren't a racist. I wanted to live with you when you weren't a bigot. I wanted to live with you when you recognized that you didn't have to lie, you didn't have to cheat, you didn't have to steal. Why? Because your life was right on top. That means basically the things that you wanted to do, you are doing. And it is absolutely accepted because it benefits all of the people being connected to the other things that others are doing. And it was a wonderful life that was described. But you got people who start wars, people who sit up out of pure ignorance. Like, for instance, when we went into Iraq. Pure ignorance. And we, the people, didn't know any better. We trusted someone who were lying to us. And we caused all of that pain and suffering to other people. And you think for 1 minute that they are not pissed, that they don't want to retaliate? What Israel is doing in the Gaza Strip. You think those people don't want to retaliate? And what do the people who are causing all this pain and suffering say? We're going to annihilate you. We're going to wipe you out. And my friends, like I said, we can keep on doing what we do, but justice is coming. Sometimes you've heard it said, rolling down like a mighty, mighty rushing stream, but it's not. It's just water flowing out of the oceans or flowing out of the sky that's spreading all down through your communities, your cars and your houses floating down the street, your mountainsides falling in on you. Earth is quaking. Why? Because justice is demanded, even if it have to come from nature. You, my friends, you human beings, better straighten up. I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying that if you don't, there is something that's out there waiting for you. Think about it.